Hi. Well, hey everybody. Okay, so my name's Precious, and you're welcome back to another episode of the channel Beyond the Blows, where we talk about everything affecting our present realities. Okay, so of course, when you see this vlog, please drop a like, subscribe if you haven't. Like, seriously, please. It actually doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You just click the red subscribe button, okay, that says subscribe, and you can turn on your notifications, okay, so you can get updated anytime I have a new episode up. Then please share. You can always tell somebody about the vlog, and of course, drop your comments. If you actually have something you'd like to talk about or you'd like me to talk about, yeah, talk to me. Talk to me. I don't mind talking about it. Okay, so the topic of conversation today is, are humans really capable of multitasking? Hmm. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you how it is, like I always do. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something, yeah. For a long time, people always be like, it's impossible to multitask, like we are not humans generally are not capable of multitasking. That if people try to multitask, they would fail or they will flop or they will lose focus with one thing or the other. Now, what I've come to understand is um, when you get a lot of differing perceptions or opinions, okay, or a perspective from different people, it subtly attaches itself, this information, okay, attaches itself to your subconscious. Now, you're not trying to store this information. The brain could be likened to a chip, all right, that gathers different information. Some stick, some not really. So basically, when you when people, okay, I like to say the external, like when you get external um, opinions, okay, from people who say it's impossible to multitask and you're already multitasking. Over time, when people keep telling you it's impossible to multitask, you cannot multitask. If you multitask, this you would find that you're failing in one area. If you multitask, you will find that this is happening. You will find that this um, words that you're hearing, okay, attaches itself to your subconscious. And over time, you begin to believe that truly you are incapable of multitasking, which then results in you not being able to multitask as you would. Now, for me, I am a strong believer in the ability of a human to multitask. However, there are people who do not have this ability. So if you find that it is impossible, near impossible for you to multitask, then definitely you shouldn't try, okay? Because you're probably going to make a mess of things. Now, I'm going to tell you why I know for a fact that it is very possible for you to multitask. Because, first of all, I'm going to start with your everyday life. Now, you wake up in the morning, yeah, and you are trying to text your colleague to probably hold the bus for you because you're going to be running late. While you're trying to text your colleague, you're bringing out your shirt or your trousers from the wardrobe or your dress from the wardrobe, and at the same time you're trying to lay your bed properly. At the same time, you're thinking of the shoe that you're going to wear. That's if you haven't brought it out already. If you have brought it out, you're probably going to take it out from the rack and put it in place close to your clothing. And whilst you're doing that, you're undressing. Now, what are you doing? You are actually multitasking. Now, this is multitasking in your everyday life. Okay, you're trying to prepare a meal, all right? Whilst you're cutting up onions, you're washing your meat, okay? You're washing your rice. You're lighting up the gas or the stove, okay? And you're putting the pot on the fire, all right? And probably you're texting or you're, making a call. What is that? That's you multitasking in your everyday life. Now, I believe the reason why a lot of people say you're incapable of multitasking is usually in the workplace, okay? Because that most times it requires more focus. Now, if you say it's impossible to multitask, it's like saying it's impossible to have two jobs, which we all know that's a lie. Or, well, some people have proved that they can work two jobs perfectly. Now, if you say it's impossible to multitask in the work area, okay, or in your everyday life, I'm going to give you another reason how it's possible. You're trying to type a letter, right? And then you're trying to text your colleague to remind you of the meeting point or the place where you're going to have a meeting. Whilst you're doing that, you're probably on the phone or you're probably responding to another colleague, letting the person know, okay, whatever questions they're asking you. Also, apart from the work area, you go out, okay, and you find that you could actually be at the place where you're trying to repair your car, and while you're talking to the mechanic and you're listening to whatever he's saying, you could actually be on the phone with your wife, okay? Or you could be responding to a business email, right? Or you could be checking social media. So I think there are some things that we shouldn't bother arguing about unless we just want to argue for the sake of arguing, because individually we have been able to prove to ourselves the ability of the human mind, okay, of the human physique, that's your body, to actually multitask at any given time it feels it can. Now, I believe also, okay, actually, not I believe, I know, because from my observations, I have come to understand it. A lot of a major reason why people believe that it is impossible to multitask is because some people just have the opinion that if you're multitasking or if you're working two jobs or three jobs, that you're supposed to be doing it on a non-stop regular basis. So when they feel like, oh, okay, you're on a pause, they just believe that, oh, okay, I told you this person can't multitask. No, it is okay to take a break if you want. Like, people need to understand, people need to get it that the fact that you can multitask does not mean you're a robot. The fact that you can multitask does not mean you do not have the common sense to know when to take a break, to know when to pause, to know when to schedule and reschedule your plans. Okay? So, left to me, I believe each person is capable of multitasking. Now, if you say it's not, humans are incapable of, multitasking. I'm going to go to I think the closest, I think everybody's familiar with this scenario. Your mom, when she gave birth to you, she was probably cooking in the kitchen while she was feeding you, right? She was probably washing the dishes while she was trying to change your diapers. Your dad, when you were little, he was probably helping you with your assignment while he was trying to conclude, to finish up with whatever he brought from work or planning what he was going to do the next day. So, in our individual lives, it is all too clear that we are perfect, wonderful multitaskers. Some are incapable, some just haven't been able to, train themselves to do it properly. Some are really good at it. Now, the fact that a person needs to reschedule, or the fact that a person needs to take a break or fall back sometimes, does not in any way mean they are not incapable of multitasking. Okay? Well, I hope I was able to clarify on this topic. All right? So, you all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. Bye.